What is going on, guys? It is Ethan, also known as Ethan the Connect, and we are back with another episode of Triangle Talk. Triangle Talk is a podcast about entrepreneurship and just becoming a better version of yourself. And we are back at it here with
Cory Infinite, aka Infinite Pieces.
And Seth McGrew, and today we're going to be talking about how communication is key, the importance of communication, and basically how to be a better communicator. Guys,
Seth is an excellent communicator, so he's going to lead the
Sam
call.
decent.
Cory and I are both not the best, I would say.
Yeah.
there are better communicators than me. I don't want to boast. I don't want to not be humble by any means. But I know a little bit about communication. I'm decent at it. First off, I want to start off by stating what communication is, in my opinion and thoughts. I think communication is the exchange of ideas. So the point of communication, which I'm doing poorly just then, the point of communication is the ability to get your ideas and thoughts out of your mouth
Without sounding like a...
without sounding silly, but really in the most basic sense, get them out of your head, out into the world, and have somebody else understand what you're saying. That's communication.
Mm-hmm.
Having somebody else understand your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel as though if you can do that effectively and speak what you're thinking and have somebody understand it, you are an effective communicator. I think that is communication most basic form right there. There are a lot of things that add on to communication that make it more difficult, like fear, anxiety, really being worried about communication, or language barriers, things like that make communication tougher. I think one of the biggest things to communication is confidence. You have to be confident to be a good communicator. You can't question what you're saying or be thinking, oh man, do they think I sound stupid? You have to say everything with confidence. If you sound confident, you sound more believable, you sound more intelligent.
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on
Definitely.
communication? I feel as though I'm talking a lot.
Because you're a good communicator, you're leading the
Shut
convo.
up. But confidence is key. I've said it before in a podcast. Fake it until you make it. My exact thoughts are, when you're communicating, you have to be delusional about it and lie to yourself. Say, I am a badass. I'm an amazing communicator. I'm a better communicator than the person I'm communicating with.
But what if you don't believe it? Like self-awareness.
You have to believe it.
But bro, like
You got
self-awareness.
to.
Like I know Seth is a very good public speaker, and I know I am not as good.
Called delusion.
Then
for
you're
a
not
reason.
confident. You have to lie to yourself or make yourself more confident.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
It's all just a mind game. I feel like it's just playing.
Yeah.
It's playing a trick on yourself, believing that you're better, even though you may not be.
yeah. And not everybody's going to be an amazing communicator, but I think everybody has the ability to become an amazing communicator. Everybody has the ability to become whatever the hell they want to be.
I agree.
There's nothing stopping
I agree.
anybody. It's all in your mindset. It's
That's
what
a
you
fact.
do. I just watched a Joe Rogan podcast. Okay, so
Joe Rogan pod.
Shout out Joe.
but in this podcast, he was talking with somebody about how there was like a double-blind study. Do you know what that is? So it's like the people that are in the study don't know. It was a double-blind study with like anxiety pills, and like half the people in the study had placebos, so nothing, right? And then half the people had the actual pills. So it's double-blind. That means the people in the study didn't know, and the people giving the study, like the doctors doing the
didn't
study
know
or the
either.
nurses, they didn't know either. It's only the people running the study that know it. Okay, so
Okay.
it's double blind. A lot of people say it's the best type of study. I agree it is. So there's this guy that Joe was talking about, how he was in a double blind study, and he ran to the hospital with his empty pill bottle. He's like, I took all the pills, help me, help me, help me. And I guess his blood pressure was like diving down, stupid low. Dude is about to like die basically. And so they called the doctor from the prescription or whatever, and they talked to him, and he's like, I'm running a study. And the way that Joe told the story was he came into like the room or whatever and told the guy, you're on the placebo pill, your pills are bullshit, you're perfectly fine. And I guess the guy instantly got better.
What the? It's
Instantly,
all in your head.
Everything went back to normal instantly.
It's just all in your head.
And it's all in his head. He's worried that these pills are
Damn.
messing him up. But it's
So
he was
weird.
taking sugar pills. That's what they are. They're goddamn sugar.
That's so weird, man.
Like right away, his blood pressure was fine.
That's what Joe said.
Yeah.
What the? hell?
Yeah,
That's
so it's
just
crazy.
like-
So it's like the power of your mind.
Yeah, and like
It is all in your head.
for real.
So if
That's
you're
deep.
wanting to be a better communicator, you can either lie to yourself or do things to become a better communicator. Some things that I think would be helpful: talk to a damn wall. I know it was kind of funny. Like all throughout debate in high school, there was like so there's speech and debate. That's what it's called. So there's speech events where like people are reading like poetry. They're doing plays by themselves where they're playing 7 different characters. It's kind of weird when they're.
Wow.
But all these people in speech would
That's
they
insane.
would they would talk to a wall.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like
Huh.
I'd walk down like the band hall at Liberty North and see kids just talking.
Yeah, no.
to the
So
wall.
like they'd be like this. They'd be like this. They'd be like this. They'd be like, "How are you doing today? How are you doing today? I'm doing good. How are you?" And it's weird.
I've seen that.
It's
I've seen that.
weird.
It's not
That is
weird. It's just
strange.
practice.
No,
Yeah.
it's weird to see people talk
think
to the
that's
wall
kinda
with 7
weird.
different people.
Yeah.
It is weird, but
I was in
doing their
debate.
thing.
I was in debate. I feel as though I can.
Seth was one of them.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
is weird.
But these people, it's like they were talking to a wall. If you want to become a better communicator or better at speaking, talk to a
Just
wall. Talk.
Just
In
talking.
general.
That's what I've been doing, bro. Like I've been reading out loud.
Uh huh.
I need
at
to do
night.
that.
Like
I
that's
have
what
not
It's
I've
helpful.
been doing. Like shit. God, I can't even talk right now. How shit like just calling people helps me.
It helps so much.
Like,
doing
like
it.
just doing the shit and like, yeah, man, just like knocking on doors. Like I try to like,
Yeah, put yourself out there.
right, just get out of my comfort zone to become a better communicator. And like
Uh-huh.
even this, you know, is
Yeah.
helping me become a better communicator.
talking to each other.
Yeah, so just actively talking, I
Uh-huh.
feel like is the best way to
So
do
that's
it.
what you think that you're actively doing to become a better communicator.
Mhm.
Are you watching any like YouTube videos or listening to other podcasts about communication or reading any books?
Not consistently.
Uh-huh.
Feel like not consistently. Like I actually ordered that one book.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
That's
did,
sick.
but I
What was it?
I sent Ethan a book
book on
about communication. It was
Mhm.
like, what was it, like No Fear or something?
right,
that sounds
right.
good.
Like how to talk without like anxiety. Or
Yeah.
something like
I was
that.
reading the reviews on it and it looks like sick. Like
That's
I want
lit.
to read it.
Nice.
It looked dope.
Hella. So I ordered that. It should have been here by now. I feel like maybe I didn't order it. I feel like I did, but I don't know.
Ethan doesn't keep
Whoops.
track of his. Cory, do you feel as though you're trying to become a better communicator?
Yeah, definitely not as much as I should be. I mean, I've been trying to read more recently. What were you gonna say though?
I feel like in your, let's say what you're trying to do in your category, you don't need to like communicate all that often. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's kind of the reason why I kind of decided
on
to
the
make
back
a
burner?
Discord,
Oh,
is because
yeah.
like that will have my people talking amongst themselves, and I don't
Yeah.
even need to be talking. They'll just be
Yeah.
communicating. You know, like they'll
Yeah.
have their own community amongst them,
Yeah,
and I'll just
that's
like
sick.
hop in when
We'll
I
chime
want
in
to.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even then you're texting, so it's like you can
Mhm.
think about what you're saying.
Yeah, but and there's a voice channel thing that you can
Oh yeah,
use
you
too.
said like mosh pit or whatever, where
Uh-huh.
everybody's talking.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Mhm.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that coming up soon, and
Really sick.
so yeah, that's one thing. I mean, I've been trying to do. I mean, I guess you could count that like talking online,
Uh-huh.
more to people, and like even what I did today, I went to like the academy. I talked in the last podcast about it, and
True.
like spoke in front of those people, and which I thought was good for me because that's getting myself out of my comfort zone and stuff. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I vibe with it. I'm always trying to get better.
Seth, how about you?
I feel as though recently I'm trying to go to more business luncheons or business breakfasts. Well, breakfasts?
Breakfasts.
Holy shit. Business breakfast with different business owners that I don't know. And that's definitely, I wouldn't say out of my comfort zone, but it's different than my norm. Because I don't normally just
New
go talk to
people.
strangers. It's totally new people, all adults that
Who
are,
are like in positions of power, kind
Yeah.
of, in business.
yeah. they're
Like you want to
owners.
make a good impression on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the whole time, I was telling you guys earlier, the whole time when I'm there, it's not as though I need to trick myself into confidence to think that I'm better than these people, because they may be better than me. They're their own successful business owners, but I need to trick myself into thinking I'm a hell of a better communicator than they are.
Mhm.
I'm better at communication and effectively sharing my ideas and thoughts than these people are.
Mhm.
And I can articulate my words better than they can.
you said you're going to this tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow morning.
Good
Tomorrow morning,
shit.
7:30.
Tell us how that goes.
Hello.
So like, yeah, I will. I'll text you guys right after.
About that.
But I'm excited. It should be interesting. On Tuesday it was good. Like they had like 3 speakers come up. Then afterwards you get to like mingle.
Mm-hmm.
So then during the mingling I talked to like the real estate guy and then a few other business owners and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And then I had the other presentation opportunity on the 21st to speak in front of the Liberty Small Business Network.
You're
So
wild.
Yeah, I feel like
How many people is that in front of? Is it just a handful of
depends.
guys?
It's like maybe 20.
Oh, okay, wow.
So it could be. It's not like huge,
Yeah.
but it's like somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel as though I'm putting myself in situations where I'm not uber comfortable to try to get out of my comfort zone and grow as a communicator. Because I think
That's
the hardest
good.
part at this point is going to be transferring over from communicating with peers our age and like kids to communicating with grown adults that
clients.
that are I don't want to say wiser than us, but I think with age comes a bit of wisdom and a certain confidence over young kids.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that think or that are older think that they are
Of course.
wiser and do better.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of believe that to an extent. But I
I feel
think
like there's that part in that chapter, that book we're reading about like how wisdom or like experience. I forget exactly the line.
Experience is overrated by
Usually
old,
by old men
who nod wisely and speak stupidly.
Yeah.
I love that. Experiences
funny.
are overrated by old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly. Experience is unnecessary a lot of the time. I mean, it's helpful, but you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Back to
I definitely
communication.
agree.
Thus far, we've talked about confidence. Let's talk a little bit about the ability to articulate your words. So I think mumbling, huge no-no.
Mm-hmm.
If you're mumbling, you already failed.
Yeah.
You have to be able to articulate what you're saying to where people can completely understand it. Don't use the wrong vocabulary. I mean, I don't know. That's basic English that
Yeah.
we've learned when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, actors do this well, like stopping from mumbling or like slurring your words. They really articulate what they are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. No, and it sounds so silly, but I feel like it's completely necessary to be an extremely good communicator.
Mm-hmm.
Or did you guys watch the inauguration for Biden?
I did not.
I've seen like one.
Did you see that girl with the red thing in her hair that was a poet?
I don't think so.
She was like a motivational poet or something like that. And she articulated it extremely well, like
Really?
that.
Like that?
Yeah.
No, dude, but it sounded. Oh man, that was.
Was it motivational for you?
If you want to see a good communicator,
Really?
watch that.
Damn. I
She can
bet.
communicate effectively or speak well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if she maybe communication one-on-one with somebody, she might be a little different.
Yeah.
I think if communicating ad lib and you don't have something pre-planned, there's also a sense of working on your feet
Mm-hmm.
that is so necessary. Like the ability to think on your feet and know what to say or know how to start a new topic in the conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing that I always go to, people love talking about themselves. My mom taught
That's
me
so
that.
true.
And so if there's ever like you sense a dry spot and the conversation's about to happen,
Just ask them about anything.
Yeah,
Their
but-
family, what
yes.
they did today,
Exactly.
their shoes, their clothes, anything. Come on.
anything. Keep the conversation flowing because that can always lead to something else.
Yeah.
But you need to have these questions ready to fire. Keep them in the chamber in your head.
I remember when we were doing the podcast at the park. That's like all I was thinking about was how good you were at that with like the people we were talking to.
So good.
I was asking
Yeah.
them about themselves though. Like, it was
So
such
good.
simple things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the questions I was asking led to more questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just continue to ask questions as much as you can because then that can lead them asking you questions.
True.
I mean, questions. That's what keeps a dry conversation flowing. A conversation that doesn't really have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Talking so much right now. I'm tired of hearing my own voice, guys.
So right now, Seth is about to ask us some questions about ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes, though. That's how it really goes.
No, legitimately, in this podcast, it's literally a conversation, and we're having this, and I'm using these communication skills that I'm talking about to ask questions. Those questions turn into other questions and other conversations. What do you guys think?
There's the question.
about nonverbal communication. One of the biggest things to worry about, nonverbals.
Like,
what do you guys
like
think?
just body language?
Yeah, like body language.
Oh, it's so
yeah.
important. It's
Okay.
so important. You can read people right away and see if they're anxious or anything like that, or like it's so important. Your body language is so important when you're speaking with people, I would say.
Cory, what do you think about it?
Even to go off that, it's like I've said in recent or like older podcasts, like what I wear kind of, speaks for me in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah, like if you show up to a business meeting, like a professional business meeting in t-shirt and shorts.
yeah, it's just like I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It depends like who it is.
No,
and,
let's say I were to meet a new client
yeah.
for social growth, like a big business, and I were to show up in t-shirt and shorts.
It just shows you don't
Yeah.
care.
I'm out the door, dude.
Exactly.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
clothing definitely matters.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, oh man, I'm going to get really into nonverbals because I love them.
Get into it.
The posture of how you sit, the posture of how you stand totally matters. If you're standing, you're like this, you look like a schmuck. Like hunched
I'm
over.
schmucking right now.
That's me.
Shoulders
Dude,
schmucking.
I have really poor posture. That's something
Yeah.
I need to work on.
Same.
Jordan Peterson wrote a book. Paymon got it for me. I started reading it. I didn't make it through. It got religious. I'm not a religious guy, so I got, I don't know, disinterested.
Mm-hmm.
But the first chapter of the book was like, keep your shoulders back and chest out, or something like that. And then it went on to talk about lobsters the entire chapter, and then tie it back in. It talked about how like lobsters are territorial, and when lobsters are at the top of the chain, they keep their shoulders back and chest up, ready to pounce at anybody. And
It's funny.
you know who the alpha lobster is because of how he's acting. So it's saying
We're just
act
some
like an
lobsters.
alpha.
Like,
Yeah.
like an alpha.
Well, it's like it sounds douchey, but like
I
act like
get
you're
that.
the alpha lobster. Keep your chest out. Show your confidence.
It's so weird how we can relate things to like animal species. That,
Yeah, we're animals,
Yeah,
dude.
we
Well,
are.
I know,
animals as
but like,
well.
yeah,
It sounds funny like
It
lobsters.
that's such a. It's like a crab. Like that's
I
just.
love lobsters.
I like lobster.
I've never eaten it
I
before.
think I have.
I've never either.
I actually could be thinking of something different. I don't know. I don't know if I
What
have or
was
not.
that? I
This
just
is my
saw.
lobster claw.
I just saw that. Out of the
Little
corner of my
pitches
eye.
and adventures. But to go off that, like even during this podcast, I watch my posture. I make sure that I'm not like slap, but like
I don't know.
it's like
I guess you're on a chair
you
and this
could
is
care
a
about it.
couch.
Yeah, like you could care about it. You could not. If you feel comfortable right now, that's perfectly fine. If that's what you want.
Yeah,
to
I
do.
mean, yeah. Just it is a podcast, so it's not like it's like some business meeting
I
or something
completely
too.
agree. I completely agree.
Hello.
Well, why are you smirking at me like that? Asshole.
I'm just smirking.
Along with that, hand gestures are huge when you're talking.
Body language. You just called me an asshole for nothing except the look on my face. Like,
See, his body language is bad.
like literally said nothing. I was just giving him a smirk. Asshole.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
See? Non-verbals. They tell a story. They tell a story. So hand gestures completely matter as well. What you do with your hands, moving with them as you speak, or like how you hold them. Like that. A lot of people say like don't put your hands under a table at like a job interview or a business meeting.
No, you just look like a douche.
Exactly. Like always have them up on the table. They say like not to cross your arms.
Yeah, it's just
because
like
it shows that you're like closed off or
Yeah.
like
Hello.
you know nervous or something like that. So they say to have like arms out on the table like this, either like folded. Don't like twitch them or like rub them or anything like that. Shaking your knee, you've lost. That's how I look at it.
not with the shape the knee.
No, that's how I look at it. Like if you're doing these
Cut that out.
nonverbal things, you've already lost.
Right.
Like, if
so
you're
like, what do
trying-
those things mean though? Like just
Just
anxiety.
nervousness.
It
or-
shows nervousness, like you're not
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
Confidence.
You were
have to be
shaking your leg
confident.
earlier.
When?
Last podcast or
Was
something.
I really?
I swear I noticed it.
I could be not practicing what I preach. But I definitely do have trouble shaking my legs. I do that. Like it's just like a
Tick.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's not like a nervousness thing. I'm not nervous doing this. But like during like a job interview or business meeting,
Yeah.
legs should be straight under the table, shouldn't be slouched. Posture forwards, arms out like this on the table, either collapsed together or out. I mean, if you're not doing these things, if you're like this or
You look like a schmuck.
yes, you've
Look like a
already
loser.
lost. Like you've
Yeah.
lost before you started speaking. I don't
Mhm.
care. It's so crazy to me. Like what you're
I
doing.
agree.
Or like, what do
Yeah.
you think about facial expression?
very important as well.
I think they're all almost as important as the next.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's
damn,
right now
he's
or
just
what's that about, but like you can read
he
people
ain't
by
with
their face.
Yeah. Oh,
What about this?
you look like you're just like you're like so pissed off, but you're like keeping it all to yourself right now. It's like bottled up
like
inside of you.
Like your jaw was like flexing.
Clenching the jaw?
Yeah.
It's like all the anger's just ready to get exploded out any minute.
See, so facial expression, everything matters completely. How good are you guys with eye contact?
Oh, I feel like I'm not very good at all.
I
I
don't
mean, I
know.
didn't look you in the eye when I said that, so.
I feel like I'm okay. I don't know. I don't know how to rank that. I mean,
Yeah.
See, like eye contact is
I
weird.
don't
Like
know.
it's almost like.
When we're doing
I
this
don't know,
podcast,
because, like,
it's
like you
eyes.
should like look at someone's eyes, but you don't want to be like
yeah, just
straight up. So it's
Yeah,
like
but
you
happy
have to
medium.
know when to like break and look back and like make a point with your eye contact. Shit, like I feel like that's the whole game
I
as
agree.
well. Like I was watching this video on sales, bro. Shit, like and these like door-to-door guys were so like meticulous about like small things like that, like when they look up and make eye contact when they're trying to make a point and things like that, like breaking eye contact and like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things like your body language, like shit, like if you're like this or if you're like faced this way, just like shit, like so
Damn.
many small things.
Little
in
things
sales.
that matter.
Yes,
That's so
yes, like,
insane.
like they're big on body language and door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
Like is what I've realized from just looking it up.
That'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of no's.
Tough.
But I think it'd be useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
It's definitely helped me with my confidence
That's good.
so far. So.
that's sick, man. That's sick. I like that a lot. But eye contact. I'll make eye contact when I say this. Eye contact is extremely key. Don't overdo it though. Don't stare through their soul into their heart. Don't make them uncomfortable. You have to know when to look away or look at somebody else. But eye contact is so key. It shows confidence and it shows that you're completely engaged in the conversation and you aren't nervous at all staring at the ceiling.
Boom.
I'll break now.
Boom.
Boom.
Where do you
boom,
go? How do you guys hold your hands when you're talking? So like when you're sitting down, it's easy. You rest them on the table. When you're standing up, what do you do?
Just if
Do you cross
I
them?
need to
Yeah.
wait
like
while
that
talking
sometimes.
or
Yeah, well, just like
This,
talking
maybe?
to somebody. Yeah.
That.
sometimes I like use my hands to kind of help my talking
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
move them around and
Mhm.
stuff. But I mean,
Other than
I
that,
don't
what do you do? Keep them like this?
know.
I feel like that's kind of a bad.
It's
kind
closed
of a-
off. That's
No,
what I'm
I think
saying.
it's
Closed
just
off.
like by my side.
By
I
your
think.
side?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah, that is just kind of.
It's something I struggle with. Standing up while talking. What do you do with your hands? One thing
Have you
that I-
seen that scene from Talladega Nights? It's
I don't know what to do with my hands.
He's getting interviewed.
Have you never seen Talladega Nights? Ethan's a loser.
No, I'm just playing. I have, but I don't remember that
Okay.
scene.
He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
And they keep coming back up. They're just like floating up in view. Anyway,
Such a good movie, dude.
that is classic.
But it's one thing that I struggle with is what to do with my hands when I'm standing up talking.
It's so fun.
Just that, just the way I looked at Seth. I don't know. It's just funny. Laughing at myself.
There you go.
One thing that always helps is there's a drink available. Hold the drink. It gives you something to do with one hand, and then the other hand can hang.
Yeah.
But it still looks like your hands are actively doing something.
Yeah.
So like, if you ever go to like a business luncheon, ever go to like a business breakfast, get a drink. I don't care if you're gonna drink it or not. Get it. No,
I've
like,
never heard that, but it makes sense.
Oh, dude, I think I discovered this. I was what was I doing? Oh man, I could have been like at a party like sophomore year or something like that. Like
Dude,
somebody.
Seth was like throwing down. Like, like bro, like I heard like Dakota Chatler was there.
If it makes it any better, never have I ever drank, never have I ever smoked. Whether you believe that or not, that's perfectly fine with me. But I know in my heart I haven't.
That's all that matters.
It is all that matters. But a lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people would think that I had. It's a little
Really?
upsetting. Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah, I believe you. Why would you
Thanks,
lie
man.
about that? Like,
I don't know. It'd be something silly to lie about.
yeah.
But so I was at this party. I think I had like Sprite or something like that. And I was like, man, it just feels nice to know what to do with my hands. Like that way when you're not like talking to somebody, you're not just like this standing there like a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're not like having your arms crossed or like trying to find something to like lean up on. Like you have something to hold. This hand can hang.
Mm-hmm.
So business luncheons, business breakfast. If you're ever talking to somebody, you're like,
Social events in general.
Yeah, social events in general. If you know you're going to be communicating quite a bit with folks, get something to hold. That's that. Sorry. Other than that, what do you think makes you struggle with communication? Like, what do you think the cause of the struggle is?
Like with me, I used to have a stumble when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
Right, so that's definitely my cause. Like, I'm not even like necessarily a bad communicator. I just think I am. It's
Yeah.
my thing.
You're in your head about it.
Yes.
Power of that mind.
So in my head about it. So, yeah, that's my thing. I just need to get out of my head.
I got you. Corey, what do you think yours is?
I'd probably agree. I'm in my head too. Just thinking about different things when I should just be focused on the conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Dude's mind's going to
Seth's shaking his leg right now.
I'm disgusted with myself. See? It's a comfort thing, though. I feel
Hella.
like if you're out there and you think that I'm shunning you or saying that you're a piece of garbage, I do the same thing. I'm human.
We all are.
I'm telling it to stop. One thing that I think causes me to struggle with communication is the fear of the unknown. So if I don't fully know what's going to be happening in the situation, if I'm going to be communicating with a lot of people or a lot of people at once, the fear of that unknown is a little worrisome. If I know what's going to happen, then I wouldn't be afraid.
Mm-hmm. But like
So like I'd probably still
that's
be
like
afraid.
that's like before that happens though, right?
Yeah, it's before the communication
Yeah,
itself.
Yeah.
During, I feel it's
During,
not
yeah.
perfectly fine.
So like
Because I have the,
So, like,
cause I got the chamber
don't
loaded.
even, so like how does it even happen for you like prior to it?
Prior, right now, I'm a little bit nervous about this breakfast tomorrow, just because.
But just like
I don't know what the room's gonna look like.
But just like know that in the moment you're gonna kill it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
I
what I
should.
mean?
I should. But I need to overcome that hurdle.
Yeah, I feel that though. I do that same thing.
Yeah, it's like you're worrying about what's gonna happen, but in actuality, once you get there, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what happened to me
100%.
today. That's what happened to me today at the
Fear that
school.
unknown.
Just like
I'll say this: it's the one, Hannah.
Well, honey.
People's biggest fear is the unknown. I don't care what it is. It is the unknown of what's not going to happen. That is the biggest fear. That's all I'm saying.
dropped it. Boom. Mic drop.
Boom.
Done.
I completely agree with that. It's the unknown. Whatever you say you're afraid of, I say it comes back to that.
Right on.
Sorry, guys. I'm just out here dropping huns.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Do you think that you're proud of what you've said, or would you like to say anything more about communication?
I'm proud of what I said. Proud, but
I'm proud.
Hey, I was
We need
also
those
thinking,
buttons.
wouldn't it be sick if we got like a triangle talk flag?
That would be tough. We need that.
Dude. All right, shoot.
It's a good idea.
Let's get this wrap up ready. So today, folks, we talked a little bit about communication is key and how to effectively communicate. By doing so, you really need to be confident. You need to be articulate with what you say. This comes with an increased vocabulary as well. We didn't touch on that at all, guys. I didn't think about that.
Increase vocabulary.
Increase vocabulary. Read a book. Increase your vocabulary. Once you do that, your communication is also going to increase because you're reading people talking. You're reading books with good communication. Read a freaking book. Or watch people. I think reading's better, though. I really do. I know you guys...
read out loud.
I know you guys disagree with that. Like, that you think like you can consume information in other ways. I think reading's top tier.
I don't disagree with that.
Alright.
I just don't do it
Ethan
enough.
does.
I do disagree with that. I feel like it doesn't matter how you consume your information.
Oh.
Ethan and I still love each other, though. Alright, so... be able to articulate your words and have an increased vocabulary. Your nonverbals are huge. You have to know what to do with your hands, how you're going to have your posture, not to shake your leg, not to stand slunched over. If you're at a business luncheon or any social event in general, have a drink to hold in your hand. Really, the other hand can hang down to the side while the other hand is holding the drink. It makes you look as though you're actually doing something. You're not standing there like a pencil or like a jerk that has his arms crossed. In addition to that, eye contact is key. Don't stare through their souls. Make it comfortable. Know how to move off and move back on. In the end, be confident with your communication.